Well, we're out here again. An old Black Betty here, Bam Balam. Looking at her, and I've got a fuel pump and sending unit coming. That should be here tomorrow. Got a couple of fuel filters on their way. They'll be here the next day after that. And in the last video we got it running. Haven't driven it yet. Haven't tried to move it because the previous owner said he took the one of the brake shoes out so he could get it to roll, and I'm not sure which one. So I'm going to have to jack it up, and we'll take the rear wheels off and see what we're looking at in there, and maybe I can shove that back in real quick and go for a ride. All depends on what's behind the tires there. Well, it's probably a good thing I didn't go take her for a drive. The lug nuts on this side were all loose, probably just on enough to roll her around. And yeah, I'm gonna need brakes, I think. There's nothing in there. So all the springs and the shoes and everything. I might as well get some wheel cylinders because I'm sure they're shot. And I'm gonna have to redo the brake lines, I'm pretty sure. That one does not look too happy. It's not broke completely off all the way, but it's pretty rusty. And the other side don't look a whole lot better. The line itself is actually broke off on that side, and I think I may need brake pads or shoes. Just a thought. So yeah, probably a whole new brake set on both sides in the back here. And I'm thinking I might want to do these U-bolts because this side's actually halfway decent, but the other side doesn't look so good. So new brake lines, U-bolts, all new brakes. Yeah, and then she should be good. I think I'll probably pop these brakes. Well, I better leave these in so I know how they go. I'll just put the drum back on this side. It should be fine. Put the drum back on the other side, slap tires on, and we'll see if she moves. I think I might need new shocks. They're not looking so hot either. But we'll see how it actually drives first. Well, I think we're just about ready for a drive. No brakes? Check. Rusty U-bolts? Check. Weather check tires? Check. Let's hop in, fire it up, and go for a burn. Alright, I'm like 80% sure I've got some form of rear brake or front brake, so. Oh yeah, stops on a dime. Seem to have stopped moving altogether. There we go. As long as we don't hit nothing too important, we're alright. Like the house, we don't want to hit the house. Well, it moves anyway. How many wheels are we in? I guess it don't matter. Too high, alright, that's good. Well, it's going down the road anyway. That's a plus. Well, my hood popped open. We don't want that happening on the freeway, but yeah, minor issues. Well, I went for the little test run there, and it went okay. It moved and it didn't blow up, so that's good. It was a couple of quarts low on transmission fluid, so I topped that off and took it out again, and it just seems like it's got no power, you know. It's got no giddy up and go. And I suppose that could be a couple of things. Could be the one side of the brakes that I still have grabbing or something. Tires are a little towed out, not a huge deal. I don't think it's that though. What I think it is the exhaust might be plugged up, because when I fired it up I got a bunch of that fuzz came flying out of it, so I'm wondering if there ain't some sort of a rat's nest in the muffler or something in the exhaust causing it to do that. So I'm gonna have to look at that. But first, we got our new fuel pump and sending unit and fuel filter there. Go ahead and throw that in, and then we'll crawl underneath and take a look at the muffler. I think I'm gonna go ahead and lop off that jagged metal too while I'm in there. And we'll see if we can't get this thing running good. Alright, new sending unit is in. Pump and everything, got it all going. That works. Also put in the correct size fuel filter, 3/8 rather than 5/16. So that should be all good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the exhaust and see if we can get a muffler off of there to see if she's plugged. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, custom hold down there. Yeah, that's good. You know what? I think this thing might just pull out. She's not really held in by much, and as you can see, I got no tailpipe, so I'm gonna try to drag this out of here and we'll see what's inside. Alright, got the muffler off. That was easy enough. And you can definitely hear there's some crap in there. Might just be rust, but since we got this off and we let all the horsepowers out, let's take her for a ride and see if it's any better. See what she sounds like with no muffler. Yep, I still haven't fixed some battery cables yet. Alright, try her again here. There we go. You can hear the horsepowers now. Still ain't got no balls. Maybe it's a little better. I don't know. I don't want to get going too fast. Only got the front brakes, but yeah. I'm gonna let her warm up. Keep trying, I guess, and see what she does. Well, I ended up putting about 10 gallons of fresh gas in it, 10 more gallons, I should say, and driving around a bunch, and it seems to be getting better. Got rid of that plugged up exhaust, and I'm pretty sure that brake is still dragging a little bit, but now that I know it's getting better and it seems alright, I can kind of look at the front end here and see what's going on, because we got a fair bit of play here. Now, I crawled underneath and I saw that the pitman arm and the idler arm are both wore out, and I'll probably end up throwing tie rods in it too, tie rod ends, just because they're cheap enough, might as well. And then I'm going to pop off the wheels, check on the brakes, and one other thing I've got to look at is right down in there. Let's see if I can get you a good shot at the exhaust. I don't know how well you can see that, but I see baling wire and stove putty trying to seal up that exhaust leak. So I'm going to have to chisel that crap away and see what I'm working with down there and see if I can fix that exhaust leak. So we'll get the wheels off, check her out, and try to chisel that crap away and see what I'm working with. And then we can make a parts list, see what all we need. Alright, I got the wheels off, and the brakes are surprisingly new. I think we're good there, but I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. I kind of move the light. It looks like that CV boot broke at one time, and they decided to use some RTV to try to seal it up. So I think I'm going to put a CV, an axle in it there, at least on this side, maybe both, who knows. Take care of that problem, and yeah, everything's kind of rusty, but it looks like we got plenty of pad on the brakes. And I also crawled under there, and you can see all the the crap I broke off. All the stove putty, but you know, it kind of looks promising. Looks like I've got all my bolts. Maybe I just I'll need to get some gaskets for it. Assuming I can get the bolts off, hopefully I can heat them up and they'll come out. But yeah, we might just get by with gaskets and seal that exhaust leak up. So that ain't so bad. So I guess, since I don't see a whole lot of other crap wrong with it, I guess the shocks have probably seen better days. Yeah, I can kind of take those apart. Got a lot of rust. Yeah, shocks and maybe the end links there. They're looking kind of rusty, like they won't last long. But we'll go ahead and make a list and check it twice and order some stuff up. Alright, well, I found a few more things, and I've made a list of what all we need. Rear brake lines, rear shoes, all the springs, the hardware kit, wheel cylinders, U-bolts in the back that hold the axle in. I'll replace those. Rear shocks. Going to put an air filter in it, oil filter and oil change, adjusters for the rear brakes, the front shocks, the idler arm, the pitman arm, the left front CV joint, the axle there. Replace that thing, and maybe I'll do the other one too, just because I'm there. Let's see, end links, sway bar end links in the front. I'm going to do those. Tires, obviously I need those. Exhaust gaskets, muffler, tailpipe, hinge pins for the door there, so I can get it to shut again. Tie rod ends, inner and outer, they're cheap enough. I figured I'd replace them, and the adjusters for them. And the U-joint on the back side of the front drive shaft is looking pretty sad, so I'll replace that too. So I've got a list of things to do. You know, it's a $400 truck. You didn't expect perfection, did you? But overall, it does run and drive and move around, and windows work, radio works, heat works, all the gauges seem to function, the lights work, turn signals work. It should be pretty decent truck after I fix all the little issues. It's a lot of Mickey Mouse stuff, but it's not too terribly expensive, I don't think. The tires would be the most expensive part, but my uncle's got a set of pretty good looking tires that he's not going to use, so basically free tires. And the rest of the stuff is pretty cheap. It just takes time to install, so I'm going to probably have a lot of videos on this thing.